Edixon with us. She is a photographer. You live in Ashtabula, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And so how long have you been doing photography?
Well, I first started, I had a camera when I was about maybe 12 or so, but it was just like an old camera that was old film that became obsolete after one-time use.
Okay, yeah.
And then when I was 19, I'm 63 now, but when I was 19, I got a 110 camera and I've been taking pictures ever since.
Okay, so 110 isn't really high-tech stuff.
No, it's
Those
not.
little itty-bitty negatives.
Yeah.
It was hugely popular for a little while, and then...
Then they moved on up to the 35
Right,
millimeters.
right, exactly.
Have to set the light settings and everything like that and focus them and all the technical stuff. Long before the point and shoot cameras and the, before cell phones and digitals and stuff like that.
Yeah, cell phones have really kind of taken over.
Yeah.
So, what you have here at the Conneaut Arts Center on display is Bridges of Ashtabula County, is that right?
Yeah.
It's not just covered bridges then?
There's covered bridges and then there's also the lift bridge.
Oh,
Those are the only
okay.
two kinds.
Okay, all right. Is it a lot of lights on it when you took?
Yeah, night, they're right over there, the lift bridge at night.
Oh, yeah.
Different color lights, and it was snow, and then a couple without snow, and then some in the daytime where you can see it lifting up, like gradually lifting up, about 4 different phases of the up and down part of it.
Okay.
Those are the daytime.
All right. Nikon or Canon?
Nikon.
Okay.
Always Nikon.
When I was 1978, I got my first SLR, and I went into a camera store in Erie. It was right beside the old Sears store at the Mill Creek Mall, and I said I want a camera, and he showed me a Canon, and it was anyway, I bought it because he said so, and I didn't know any different. Next time I went there, the camera store was gone. But I bought a Canon, and so I've been buying them ever since. Not because it's any better, but because that's what somebody told me in 1978.
Yeah. Yeah, somehow I just ended up with Nikon, and I stuck with it.
Right. Okay, so why the covered bridges?
I was at a craft show, and actually someone popped the idea into my head.
Mm-hmm.
One of the customers said something about, why don't you make all the covered bridges in each season, make like a collage of them? So I did, and it turned out to be very popular and stuff. Took a lot of time to do all the bridges. You know, there's like 19 bridges,
Right.
And they're in out-of-the-way places and stuff,
Yes.
far away from each other sometimes. And then in the wintertime, trying to get there, you know, in the snow, because they're like kind of back road, dirt roads on some of them, and not that easy to get to because they don't always plow them and stuff.
Do you ever go to one of them, like, I don't know, in Windsor or something, and find out that the lighting's bad, it just isn't a good day, and, well,
Yep.
I'm pack my backpack and come back again another day?
Yep, I've done that quite a bit. I've made probably at least 3 to 4 trips to each bridge for each season to get everything just right, even like the snow and stuff too, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You want to get it when it's the snow, you can see it nice and stuff like that, you know? And then one of them was actually snowing, Giddings, it's around there somewhere. But anyways, you can see like a pine tree branch is sticking out in front of the bridge, and it's kind of covered with snow, and then the snow was coming down and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have one that's a sunset. That was the hardest to get
Oh,
because you don't know exactly where the sun's going to set and exactly what time and if the sky conditions are going to be right. So I've only gotten one sunset.
yeah, but I can see where that would be difficult. You do other things besides covered bridges, though. I mean, I've seen some pictures that you do with like people and stuff.
One of the covered bridges during the COVID days, there were some people there having a picnic at the bridge in the parking lot because back then, you know, all the restaurants was closed.
Right.
And so they thought, well, what else are we going to do to eat? So they brought their own little picnic lunch and sat there. I took pictures of them in front of the bridge. But other than that, I mostly like landscapes
Okay.
and old buildings and stuff. I like old architecture. I did like some of the downtown Ashtabula buildings, the businesses and stuff like that. So there's like a lot of unique architecture that people don't really notice. They might walk past them all the time and just don't really notice them, but they're right there in front of them. And so I
Right.
try to bring more attention to that, and then the people buy the calendars from me and give them to people as an advertisement for their business. And then some people have had me do just their business on the calendars.
Oh.
And then postcards
Right.
I've done. I started postcards last year and sell those and some of my other photos, lighthouses and the lift bridge and stuff, to some of the stores in the Ashtabula Harbor, like the tourist areas and stuff like that. But other than that, I do like lighthouses. I went to Michigan a long time
Oh,
ago.
yeah.
And they had a lighthouse festival, and there's about 40 lighthouses up there. So I got a lot of those.
I bet.
Yeah.
By the way, if it's coming through at a recording, there's a dance studio upstairs, and they're practicing for the big dance show that's later in the week that we're recording this.
That's all the stomping you hear.
Oh, yeah, they haven't come through yet.
Yeah.
So what I usually do when I talk to a photographer is we go around and you choose like usually 3 pictures, but I'm gonna choose one for you, and then I want you to choose 2 pictures. And we just, whatever ones, we'll just saunter over there and you tell me any unique stories or why you took it this way, or it's really putting you on the spot, I think, but
It's hard to choose just one, but I'll try.
okay, all right. So we're going to move along, and we'll be shooting somewhere else in a second. So how do you do that? Do you use a tripod and?
Yeah, tripod and 2 different cameras. I use my cell phone and I use my Nikon digital camera. And it had to be on a tripod. I think I ended up using the Nikon for these because I needed the tripod. And sometimes I'll even just try and brace it on my car, the cell phone, if I don't have a tripod with me. Just try to put the cell phone on the car or something like that, or sit down on the ground and pop it up on my knees or something to hold it steady. But tripods work best.
So is this because of you're using a slow shutter speed, or? Well, you can't be too slow. Is it going up while you're taking the picture? Or are they already?
Well, these are just down.
Oh, okay,
I
all right.
I don't
Okay.
think they go up in the winter time because there's no
Right,
roads.
yeah, you're right. You're right.
But these were down, the color lights, but they just have a sequence of lights where they change from one color to the other. So they say they started out with the blue and then they started turning to red and the blue starts to disappear or vice versa. And then they had some that was red and green. And I think maybe each month they have a certain pattern. Like at Christmas, it was red and green. And I think
Sure.
one time there was some organization, a charity or something that made arrangements with the bridge people or paid them or whatever the case was to make them certain colors for them. But so basically they're different colors each month, I believe.
So when they're changing, did you sit and watch it for a while and say, okay, this is what I want. Next time it changes to this, I'm going to take the photograph? Or?
Yeah, and I think I made 2 different trips because I probably came back the next time with the Nikon camera because I think I just was on my way home one time and I
okay.
thought, I'll just swing by and see what the lift bridge is doing. And I had the cell phone with me, which is the convenient thing about the cell phone
Yeah.
with the camera is it's always with you. And they do take good pictures, but every once in a while you need like the zoom or something.
Right.
And so anyways, I tried different angles and different spots and stuff like that. And I wanted it close up where you could still see it. So I found a spot here, because if you go further down too, you get this fence in the way and the light poles and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And so I went like 2 different times and tried a few different light settings and stuff like that. And then you go home and look at them on the computer and see which one you like the best.
So are these 4 pictures, how many pictures did you take, do you think?
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if I took at least 50 that one night of just these colors and stuff. Yeah, it's not unlike me to take more than, I could even
It's-
take 100, like Lay's potato chips. You can never have just one.
Digital photography, you don't have to worry about that.
Right, because of the film, there's no cost and
Right,
everything.
right. Okay, let's go on.
Okay.
So this is the Doyle-covered bridge
Yeah.
in the fall, obviously. So tell me about this.
Well, I think I like it because it's partially the colors, kind of a bluish gray. It's not just a plain wood, and it's not like a new fresh paint. It looks old and rustic, but it looks kind of, I don't know if it's fancy is the right word, but I just like the color of it and stuff. And I like the wagon wheel on it.
Yeah.
And it's in good condition. Some of them are good, some are like rebuilt, and I think all of them have been rebuilt at one time or
Right,
another.
yeah.
And then some are just brand new that was never an original bridge.
The color here and that kind of matches too.
Yeah, I like the leaves. I have got a good day for the leaves. And sometimes too, the leaves up in Ashtabula is not the same time
No.
as a couple, down south a bit, Southern County or whatever.
Yeah, I live in South Conneaut, and it's not the same as North Conneaut. This is interesting. It's an Amish buggy going across the cane covered bridge. So that just had to be good luck on your part?
Right time at the right place and be able to get the camera up and set up in time. And there was another time I was at a Windsor Bridge and it was coming through the bridge. I was outside it, but I just cut the nose off just a little bit of the horse. So that one didn't come quite out, but this one did. I've got the whole buggy and the
Yeah.
horse, and you can see the pattern of the inside of the bridge, and there's even a little bit of snow.
It tells a story. You got the Amish that's trying to stay warm.
Yeah, they're all covered up with that plastic and a little bit of but the only thing that you can see is their eyes, so they can see where they're going, and they have a hat on. But they're actually, the cover bridges were originally built to help protect people from the weather when they were traveling and stuff, especially back in the horse and buggy days and stuff like that. So that kind of really adds the character to the bridge.
Yes, it does.
And like you said, tells the story of it.
Right. Okay, this is the one I wanted to show. It's State Road Cover Bridge because that's my favorite. A lot of times playing with the grandkids and stuff over there. So do you have any memories about this one, or?
Not really, other than I've taken it in different times, different versions too, like with the snow where it was like a little further away and you could see the snow on top of the roof. And, a little bit easier than you can see the snow in this one. And then the fall leaves and stuff like that. But other than that, it's like I don't really have any special memories of it.
But you mentioned that all of the cover bridges, you've taken them in all the seasons?
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously you don't have all of them here. So can people see them somewhere?
Yeah, well, like the collage down in the corner there, those have every bridge, and each frame is a different season.
Okay.
I combined spring and summer because I couldn't get just the right, like for spring, you get there and like looking for, blossoms and stuff like that, and they weren't in the right place at the right time and stuff like that. So I just kind of combined spring and summer, but other than that, I've got them all, for the seasons, and then I've got one that's just a fall and one that's just a winter.
Okay, all right. And you are here, your display will be here during all of April?
April and maybe a couple days into May.
Okay, all right, excellent.
Yeah.
And they're open from 11 a.m. to 5:30, Tuesday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and closed Sunday and Monday.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
I've got calendars too. I've
Okay.
bridges and different tourist attractions of Ashtabula.
All right, excellent. All right, good to know. Thank you.
You're welcome.